What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about two of the most mentally attractive traits that a woman can have, or anybody for that matter. Before I start, if you haven't already, I'm going live. I'm having a live webinar January 15th at 8:30 p.m. If you're interested, tickets are $10. The link is in the description. Now on to this topic. All too often, women focus on how they look and how they screw as the biggest indicators to if and how long they can keep a guy entertained. What many don't realize is it's not the pleasure they provide a man, but their long-term purpose and effect that they have on him that determines whether or not he has a long-term purpose for them. Too often, too much responsibility is thrust upon a man's shoulders to regulate how a woman sees her life. Men don't want that type of pressure. Too often I meet women who don't understand this fact, that your partner isn't responsible for your happiness. If happiness isn't in you, it can't be given to you. You can't light a candle with no wick. Too many people think that if they're unhappy, it's time for a new relationship, when what they feel is a direct result from the unfulfilled promises they made to themselves. It has nothing to do with their partners. It's all their dreams and all their ambitions deferred. Then they get with a man and want him to complete them, when he can't. He can't replace the dreams that you've put down or put on hold. You have to become everything you wish you were for anyone to come into your life and add to your happiness. They damn sure can't give it to you. Happiness is like a social security number or a fingerprint. Each person has their own individual code. Each person's is their own. A relationship can enhance happiness, but it can't create it. That would be codependency, and it still wouldn't be real happiness. Your lover can't be the only light in your life, and no one should have that much power over you anyway. Outside of you, too many people give that type of power to someone else when they really haven't taken authority over it for themselves. If you can't give you happiness, how can someone else give it to you? If you don't know what makes you happy, then how the hell would a guy know? And in the same way, happiness is attractive because it relieves the pressure of a man to be something he can't be. So is peace. Inner peace is super attractive. A woman at peace with herself and on her path is more alluring to a guy because it's much easier to add to a mix than create one from scratch. Too many men are trying to build things for themselves and create their own legacies to try to create yours from scratch as well. Sometimes when men say, I need a woman to bring something to the table, they're literally just speaking of the energy, of her happiness, of her peace, of her willingness to add what she does provide to what he provides, without requiring more from him than she would give herself. And again, we're talking about good men. Stop getting in my comment section addressing shitty little men every time I'm speaking about how to treat and how to deal with a decent man. This Christmas a couple of days ago, my wife got us both shirts that go together. My shirt says her rock and her shirt says his peace. These two roles are how we provide each other stability, simplified. The value of a woman who brings a man peace cannot be understated, especially with some of the battles that we may go through. Just dealing with the outside world. When we come home, we need that calm. But we should also provide it. Inner happiness and peace gives you an attractive quality that exceeds your sexual value. That's why so many women can have all the sex they want as empowered savages or, whatever y'all want to do. No judgment. But you still don't have a relationship. Because what keeps a man long term isn't how you throw it back, but it's how you pour in to who he is. The issue when women aren't happy and don't have peace is they start to resent the man for not providing those things which they can't provide themselves. The happiness and the peace and the contentment of life. They ultimately look at him as though he's the problem. Something a man can never overcome if that's the issue. Many women I've known and many men blame their mental and emotional lack of stability on their partners when they've never had it. How can someone disturb a thing that you've never had? A woman who's unhappy will ultimately see things a little bit more pessimistic than a woman who has brought peace and calm into a relationship. In general, women who have that peace and that calm also have a sense of responsibility to uphold it for themselves. Which takes a lot of pressure off a man or a woman in a relationship. I often tell women who are complaining about how their partners aren't making them happy to keep them or don't. But your happiness is your responsibility. Your identity and your relationship with happiness cannot be tied to your relationship alone. Happiness is yours to manage. To be at peace is to be complete. And once you are at peace, add that to a relationship. And that increases the chances that both of you can be happy. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Follow me at KFIC24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.